Hi there and welcome to another Elder Scrolls Legends video. My name is Richard, or Moxfire if you want to call me by my game name. Today, there's new expansion! The Madhouse Collection is finally released to all of us lowly plebs in the public forums. So I just got home from work and I found that I have a whole bunch of packs waiting for, not a whole bunch, but a bunch of packs waiting for me. I also immediately bought the Madhouse Collection and I bought uh, the premium cards, the three premium cards along with the extra 5 booster packs. So we're going to be doing a quick pack opening and give you my thoughts on all of the new cards. I'm Maybe you don't really care that much about my thoughts on the cards because I'm sure everybody else is doing videos on it, but I figured I'd just throw my voice in there. But let's just start out with the least exciting stuff first and go with the core set cards. Ooh, added a new animation to it. Doesn't look like anything. There's a rare. Nothing exciting there. I'm excited for those other 2 packs because those are legendaries. So they did when they did the update to the game, they changed the way that when you purchase large groups of packs, you get legendaries, golden legendaries, and regular legendaries for buying large groups of packs. And I thought that I was screwed because I did it last night before the patch had released, and I'm like, okay, so they're going to give you golden legendaries and all this other stuff. I'm actually kind of happy I got a spider lair. I want to play around with that card. Like, okay, so I just bought all these packs and I'm not going to get the legendaries, but luckily, Bethesda in their infinite wisdom realized that people would get really salty and quit the game if they didn't get retroactive packs. So luckily, I got some retroactive packs. Pretty good card. Now let's take a look at these ones. Boom. Blood Magic Lord. I needed a 3rd one of those, so that's pretty good. Vigilant Giant. Okay. Not super useful. Tier, also not very useful. Queen Baron's Eye. That's a shiny one. I already have one of those, so I'll probably dust that for another legendary. Daggerfall Mage. I needed another one of those. I kind of wish it wasn't the shiny one, but that's okay once I gather another one later. And Adoral Archmage. I already have another one of those. I just opened one, so I will be dusting that as well. So that's the pack opening part of the video. Let's go take a look at my collection. They switch which side the button is on there, so if you're confused about what's going on, let's take a look at the promotional set. Alright, so the first one is in red, is Stone Shard Orc. 3 mana, 2/1, deal 1 damage to an enemy creature for each friendly orc. This basically is just a Smorkin style deck card. Throw it into a deck where you have 2 or 3 orcs on the board and the effect becomes worth it. Trying to play it on its own is obviously not very good. It is 3 mana ping effect. There's better ping effects in red. I think that this card will probably see play. I think this card is just an extra powerful tool that you can add to the orc deck, which is already pretty good, so it might actually push a top tier. We'll see what happens on ladder. Gardener of Swords is 3 mana 1/1. When you equip an item to another creature, equip a copy of it to Gardener of Swords. This seems like kind of a slow card to me. I'm not sure if it's going to be super duper useful. I could see it being useful in like Battle Mage style decks that are trying to spread out their damage. Mainly because of the fact that one of the things that really messes up like weapon Battle Mage is just removal, because you put you put a creature down, put a weapon on the creature. You need to immediately connect with face, otherwise it's not worth anything. And then if it gets removed, usually they're getting card advantage on you because they're 2 for 1-ing. This sort of like helps you stop that. Again, it's not super duper fast, so I'm not sure if it's going to see too much play, but it's a fun card. Shivering Apothecary, summon a random elixir. The elixirs aren't very powerful in my experience. I think the only good one is like the elixir of the Ward Elixir, the 5 mana one from blue. So if you put this down and it summoned that, then this is amazing because you're getting a 4 mana elixir and a 2/2 body. But other than that, the other ones are really not that useful. I did get like wrecked on ladder one time, and it was only one time against somebody who was running the unit that gets buffed every time you use supports, and then they also had the guy that let you use supports infinitely. and they had to set that they had to set that all up. This allows them to just do it. So maybe in a deck that's like that, whoever that is probably is happy for this release. So I'm interested to see if somebody actually gets a cool version of that. Swindler's Market, 3 mana support. When you play a 0-cost card, deal 1 damage to your opponent and gain 1 health. I have a really good idea for a deck for this, so I'm going to be playing around with it on ladder probably later on tonight. I think it's a fun kind of card. Not necessarily like you have to have like a deck organized around this card, which is one of the things that I do like. The cards that are like rare and epic and legendary, a lot of the cards are you can actually just like build decks around the cards inside of them. So it's pretty cool the way that they let you like make new deck archetypes so easily in this game. The other one that everyone's really happy with so far has been the Ring of Imaginary Might. I've already seen a Reddit post, someone saying that this is great in Arena. I could totally see this being amazing in Arena. I've picked up Portcullises and what are those 2 mana 0/5 regenerate guys. This is just like stupid good, especially in like combo decks where you're like running like Sabertooth Cat or I don't know, like even just ramp druid, just dropping this on a like dropping this on I don't know, or like a spell sword. If you drop this on like any of those the yellow taunts, like this is just stupid good. So I definitely will see this on ladder, I'm sure. The other one, Close Call. This is 0 mana, unsummon a friendly creature. This is like a super combo piece. It also allows you to like do things like for super cheap, continuously shackle units when you're trying to find answers. It stalls out the game for things. It lets you Ungulum multiple times. I mean, I like Forsworn Guide, and it was slow. This is fast version of Forsworn Guide, so I think this is actually a really good card. Merchant's Camel. I know that Charmer is pretty excited about this one. Merchant Camel is a 4 mana 1/4. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and put one into your hand and discard the others. So this one is very like you're digging for solution, like you're digging for combo pieces with this. I like the idea of this. I like being able to like sift through your deck and pick out the cards that you really need at any given time. The only thing that I'm worried about with this, if you're trying to put together like a combo style deck, is that you might wind up having to discard part of your combo, and that will just make you lose the game. I think I actually like this better in like tempo style decks where you're just digging for like you're on turn 6 or you're on turn 4. You have pretty good board, but not super good board. You're looking for a really nice turn 5 play that will lead into the turn 6 play that you have in your hand. You drop the Merchant's Camel, you pull the exact card that you need. You play on curve and you just crush your opponent. I think this is like really nice for filling out your late game options. I think it'd be pretty good in like ramp or control style decks as well. So I actually really like this card a lot. Forsaken Champion. Choose a friendly creature. Creatures of that type have +1/+1. So I was talking to people on my stream last night about this card. They were asking me about it. I didn't actually know what they meant by type, but I found out that type is basically like an orc or goblin or reachman or Breton or beast. And it has to be on the board, I believe. So having it buff things on the board. For 5 mana, you need to hit 2 targets to get the same amount of stance that you would get for another 5 mana card. This card's pretty slow. It's also conditional, requires you to have a board state. I'm going to try jamming it into my mono green goblin deck just to see how it plays, just for ducks, and we'll see if it does anything. I think it's kind of slow though. Altar of Despair, 6 mana support, uses 12 uses. Sacrifice a creature to summon a creature from your deck that costs 1, then increase the cost of this creature summons by 1. So basically, you kill a creature, it summons a 1-cost card. You kill another creature, it summons a 2-cost card. You kill another creature, it summons a 3-cost card. As you go all the way up until eventually 12, you're getting Manticoras and other crazy, like, good cards. But you're like looking at turn 20 at that point. So this is a fun, super fun card, really nicely designed. I really like the way that they built the card, but it's super duper slow. It's like you need to have like some crazy good control deck to be able to have this thing work well. And the way that the game is sort of shaping up, it seems like they're like with the nerf on Burn and Pillage and stuff, that they're trying to put a little bit of a damper on aggro style decks. So who knows? Control might be, if the meta's slow enough, this might actually be a good card later on. Illusory Mimic, 6 mana 5/5. Illusory Mimic gains the keyword on the top 3 cards of your deck. A lot of people are talking about putting this in like Ward Sorcerer, which I think is great. Like a 6 mana 5/5 with Ward is amazing. Also in like Battle Reeve decks, this obviously slots right in there. I also personally think that this would be great in like an aggro style deck that Charmer's Ray Chargels, because if you jam this into a deck that's full of charge and you get a 6 mana 5 charge, like that's a pretty good card. I mean it's like a slightly more powerful than a Cliff Racer, um, and it's on the next turn. So like you can charge and then charge and then charge with like your bat, your Cliff Racer, and then Illusory Mimic. Like, I mean, granted you are chancing it because it's the top 3 cards of your deck. Sometimes the cards you have in your deck don't have the keyword abilities, but I could see this being like a fun card. And I mean, in worst case scenario, it's a 6 mana 5/5, not terrible. It's a risk reward kind of card. If you're playing this card, you're playing with a little bit of a risk that it's just going to be a 6 mana 5/5, but the reward of getting a charge or a ward, even a guard on this would be pretty good. So I think it's not bad at all. And that will conclude all of the cards that have just been released. So I'm going to jump on Twitch and do some streaming, get myself into Legend tonight. Definitely want to be playing the new Arena mode. I don't think I'm initially going to do a video on the Arena mode. I'm probably going to play a couple games first and then see how that goes. And then maybe do an Arena mode afterwards if people are really interested in it. I'm a little bit arena'd out just from all of the streamers and posts from yesterday, so I feel like other people probably feel the same. But thanks a lot for watching this video. I know it's just a quick one. I'll probably be posting a Climb to Legends video a little bit later today, and then this weekend I have some plans for podcasts and a couple other things, so hopefully you stay tuned. If you like the video, please hit subscribe. You can follow me on Twitch. You can follow me on Twitter, both Twitch or Twitter /MoxFireGaming. Moxfire Gaming. Hopefully I see you on ladder or see you in the arena. It's going to be fun playing in the arena. Thank you very much for watching. Have yourself a great day, and just remember, don't do anything I wouldn't do.